Knox finally learned her fate. After 11 hours of deliberations, the verdict was read by the presiding judge. Amanda and Raffaele guilty of the murder of 21-year-old Meredith Kercher. With the white-hot glare of reporters and cameras from around the world trained on her, Amanda was led away in a black van just moments after the verdict was read. Amanda's parents, Kurt Knox and Etta Mellis, have spent nearly $1 million defending their daughter and have made 24 trips to be at their daughter's side in the courtroom and in jail.
She knows that she will not be left alone, that we will continue to fight, we will appeal, and we will get her out of here.
She knows that she's going to get out of there.
It was more than 2 years ago when Amanda's younger sister, Deanna, shot this video as the two made their way to Perugia to fulfill Amanda's dream of studying Italian abroad.
So are you excited to go visit where you're going to live in Italy? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to actually getting a place to live. It's the big thing that's on my mind right now. It's actually kind of paranoid for me.
Deanna helped Amanda find this cottage overlooking the hills surrounding town. It was to be shared with 3 roommates, including British co-ed Meredith Kercher, who was also fulfilling her dream of a year abroad. But 2 months later, Meredith was brutally murdered in her bedroom, her throat slashed. Amanda and Raffaele said they spent the night together at Raffaele's apartment, but within days they were arrested. From the start, the Italian and the British press have painted a dark portrait of Amanda, dubbing her the angel face with the icy blue eyes. Nina Burley is a Time magazine reporter who's been covering the trial.
Well, this is a small town, and it has a pretty avid and active press. And the prosecution and the police were leaking early on information that pointed to these 2 suspects that they had arrested from the beginning.
The trial began in January, and the prosecution presented the theory that Amanda, Raffaele, and a local man, Rudy Godet, viciously murdered Meredith after a supposed fight between the 2 roommates escalated into a drug-fueled sex game that went horribly wrong. The prosecution told the jury that Amanda slit Meredith's throat with a kitchen knife. Godet has already been convicted and sentenced to 30 years in prison. The prosecution also focused on Amanda's behavior after Meredith's body was discovered, kissing Raffaele outside the murder scene and doing cartwheels in the police station. Throughout, her family staunchly defended her.
Every person deals with grief and sorrow in their own way. And the fact that Amanda did a cartwheel in the police station does not surprise me at all. She was trying to cheer herself up in her own way.
After being questioned by police, Amanda signed a statement that she had a vision, that she might have been there the night of the murder and heard screams. To the prosecution, damning evidence and a sure sign of guilt. But this summer, Amanda took the stand and told the jury that she was struck by police during questioning, and the statement was false.
She's retracted that, but even in the United States, when somebody confesses to the police, we know this happens. People confess to the police, it takes a lot to undo that kind of a thing.
They began asking the same questions that they have been asking me.
Amanda's father says his daughter's statement was given under duress.
The police either were questioning or interrogating Amanda for over 41 hours. And it culminated with a 14-hour, extremely aggressive interrogation, and where there was psychological abuse, physical abuse. She was hit, and the neurologist pointed out, and it has been proven, that when people are under stress, they have false memories.
Police did not find one speck of physical evidence to tie Amanda to the bedroom where the murder took place, but they did find this knife with Meredith and Amanda's DNA on it in Raffaele's kitchen. The prosecution maintained that it was the weapon that killed Meredith Kercher.
Amanda Knox alla pena dell'ergastolo.
In his closing arguments, the prosecutor called the 22-year-old a she-devil and an unleashed fury.
E cioè, ho paura di essere definita.
Yesterday, Amanda stood before the jury one last time, pleading with them in Italian to set her free. "I am afraid," she said, "of being defined as something I am not. of having a mask of murderer forced on my skin. My family, my friends, are those who save my life every day. It is your turn now, and so I thank you.
It was really nice to hear. I mean, I thought she did a great job in that statement.
She thanked you, and she said that you, quote, save her life every single day.
Yeah, I know. That's what I think when the translator was translating what she said to us. You know, people ask me, so what got you about her statement? That's what got me about her statement.
But her pleas fell on deaf ears. Amanda Knox is now a convicted killer. Her fate was decided by a jury of 2 judges and 6 local residents. In contrast to the legal system in the U.S., jurors were not screened for any bias. They could deliberate as the trial went along, and the verdict did not have to be unanimous. Theodore Simon is an American attorney specializing in international law.
What is the standard in Italy?
It is different, which is not necessarily a criticism of their system. I mean, every country is totally entitled to have their own criminal justice system. And while the Italians have a different system than ours, it doesn't mean it's an unfair system.
The Knoxes will appeal, but that could take another year or more. Tonight, a frenzy outside the courtroom. Amanda's family was devastated by the verdict. And now they must reconcile the fact that Amanda will not be coming home.